Hi, I wanted to make this tutorial mainly for my benefit because anytime I come back to this puzzle, Rubik's cheese puzzle, whatever you want to call it, I need a refresher because I forget exactly how to do it, and it's deceptively difficult. It looks like it would be fairly simple, and maybe it is, and my brain just isn't comprehending it properly, but anyway, I wanted to make this tutorial now that it is fresh in my brain. So, as we can see, we have top color blue, bottom color green, or vice versa if you hold it like this, and 6 colors on each of these pieces match up with the corresponding other color. And these are in no particular order, so it doesn't have to be when it is solved. So the first thing we're going to do is mix this up. If you are looking at this tutorial, you probably already have this step done, so congratulations, you are ahead of the curve. And trying to get a particular look on here so that I can kind of help direct in that sense. Okay, this will work. So we first need to build the solid colors. That's the first thing that we need to do. So what we are going to do first is we are going to get as many colors as we can on one side. So if we line up these 3 greens, and these 2 blues, we could also line it up in this case with 2 blues, as long as we're getting 2 out of 3, because we're not going to get 3 out of 3. And turn it. Now we have 1 color on each side. And there is a harder scramble that you can get where you have to first build these blocks. But hopefully this concept that I'm about to show will kind of help you walk through that. So we have 1 on each side. And we want to put them diagonal to each other, like this. And then rotate one of the sides. When we do that, and I like to do the right side because it puts the 3 blocks that I need to mess with on the top. If you do this, it gives you the 3 blocks, but then you have these that you need to rotate. So I'm going to fix that and then do it the way I normally like. So what we're doing is moving this one up to join these 2. We're moving these 2 up to join this 1 to build a block of 3. Because every time we do a slice, we're moving 3. So we like having those blocks. So now, if we turn it like that, we can do either side, right or left, and it will complete these colors. I like having blue on top, so that's what I'm going to do. But it really doesn't matter for solving this puzzle. Now, what you want to do is try to match as many colors on this side as possible. Match these pairs up as much as you can. And we actually got quite a few here. So in this case, where you have only 2 that can be moved, you are going to have some trouble. Not really, but it's this is Parity, and there's an easy fix for it. You don't have to learn a long algorithm like square 1 or 4x4, anything like that, so don't worry. But just know, if you can only move 2 without messing any of your other blocks up, then you have Parity. Because like many puzzles, the fewest pieces that we can move is 3. And the algorithm I'm going to teach you moves this one here, and this here. So we can never get these 2 solved just by itself. So what I'm going to actually have to do is turn this once, and now we really only have 1 pair that is correct. However, we can fix them fairly easily. So, like I said, this one goes here, this one here, and that one there. When you're holding it like this, these 3 right here. okay? And what this is gonna do is move the orange here, just gonna match it up, pink here, match it up, and red over here, so that then we can do the same on this side. So it actually lines up very well. So we got a pretty good scramble, but we are gonna do this, make sure we have our pieces in the right spot. And here's what we're gonna do. So before I start, I wanna show that a 1, when I say 1 or 2, that is turning this once or turning it twice. And that is based on how many lines you've passed or pieces you've passed. So make sure we have this lined up. We do not. Okay, now we do. So going past one piece is 1, 2 pieces 2. Okay, so that'll make sense in just a second. So we're going to do a slice 1, slice 2, slice 1, slice 2, slice 1, slice 2, slice 1, slice anti-2. I'm not exactly sure, but we're having to turn the opposite direction than we've been turning. So I guess if you're used to Rubik's Cube notation, we were actually doing a prime turn with the 1 and 2, and then we did a normal turn in that last one. But I just like to think of it as 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. And then you just fix the blocks that you had before. So we had yellow before, so we fixed that, and that just takes 2 turns in the clockwise direction. And now we have pink and orange, and now we have just these 3. So once again, when we do this, it'll move that here, and that there. So let's do that. Slice 1, slice 2, slice 1, slice 2, slice 1, slice 2, slice 1, slice, fix. And there we go. So another handy method that I got from a video that I'm going to link in the description. I'm not sure if I mentioned it at the beginning of this video, but he does show this algorithm. I just found that I wasn't really tracking what pieces were being moved when he was showing it. So I just wanted to make this mainly for my benefit to come back to and make it for my brain and eyes to understand. But for anybody watching this that does want a way to kind of track the pieces a little, this guy does mention that when you do the slice move, you're going to start with a 1. Okay? You have to do that. And then slice. Now, we're always going to track when this, whatever color is here. So we have blue right now. Move it, and now it's green. Now we do the slice, move it, and anytime it switches color from what it is at the start, like it just did, we do a slice. Okay. And now starting is blue, so now new color, slice. Good. New color, slice. New color, slice. New color, slice. Until we're solved. So that may help you as well. It kind of helps me just keep track of it without having to count, because counting is kind of hard. So hopefully that will track with some of the more visual people than the ones just having to count like that. Because if you are in public just counting 1, 2, 1, 2, people might think you're a little crazy. So there is that. I also wanted to show that you can move these in the opposite direction just by reversing the algorithm. So if we're starting here, right, we have our 3 that need to be moved. The first thing we have to do is do the 2 in the opposite direction. So we are having to do it counterclockwise this time because we're moving our things counterclockwise. But the rest of the algorithm is going to go clockwise. Okay, so we're going to do the slice, and this time we're looking for this color to change. But still, 1, 2, and change, slice, 1, and change, slice, 2, and change, 1, or slice, 1, change, slice, 2, change, slice, and 1, change, and slice. And now we don't have to fix what we did because we did the reverse of that before. So all we did was just reverse the algorithm that we had just done, but it's still 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and however long that goes. And still tracking the color that changes, either down here for going clockwise or up here when going when moving these counterclockwise. So whichever way you're moving the pieces, either in a clockwise way or counterclockwise, you're doing your 1, 2 moves other than the one at the very beginning or the one at the very end, depending on if you're having to do that 2 turn before or after. Other than that, the 1, 2, 1, 2 is going the opposite direction. So let me kind of explain that if that didn't make sense. So we're moving these clockwise, okay? Like the one that I originally showed. We're going to do the slice, then we're going counterclockwise. 1, slice, counterclockwise 2, slice. See, we're always going counterclockwise. Until we get to the part where we need to fix it. Or, oh man, this thing is so difficult to turn. Or if we're going in the other direction, once again, we have the 2 on the right, 1 here, just have them lined up like that, and then we do the reverse 2 moves. But this time we're moving them counterclockwise. So we're going to do the slice and 1. We're going clockwise to move the pieces counterclockwise. Slice 2, slice 1, slice 2, slice 1, slice 2, slice 1. And there we go. Once again, the colors don't really matter. I have actually tried to get them in a rainbow pattern and ran into parity. That may have just been my own ignorance, so if you're able to, great. But hope this helped, and hope you have a great day. Figured out the rainbow.